Breakfast Club, bitches!
Good morning, USA! What up,
Hey,
Yee?
oh, good morning. Forgot that's Charlamagne's part.
Yeah, what's going on, Yee?
Nothing. How are you? Yesterday I was in Brooklyn at Coney Island Hospital. We were doing this whole town hall thing on domestic violence and ending domestic violence in the homes. Mm-hmm. And it was interesting because yesterday on the radio I said that I was doing that, and Renee Graziano from Mob Wives hits me. And she said, hey, you know, I'm a survivor of domestic violence and I want to come and talk. So she came and shared her story. Mm-hmm. You know, she talked about how she was in a relationship and her husband actually broke her cheekbone, smashed a computer against her face, and did all kinds of things. He's in jail, but she was like, if he didn't go to jail, I might have still stayed with him.
Wow.
You know, for things that he did, and he's still threatening her from jail.
Did she speak yesterday on your panel?
She spoke. It was really sad. And difficult to hear, but it's important for people to hear other people's stories because it might inspire you to do something. And they really talked about the effects that domestic violence has on kids. It's not just affecting you, but what happens with children, how they act out in school, and how it can all sometimes be traced back to what goes on in the home.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure
the cycle that continues if you're a child of a domestic violence situation, that how you continue the cycle and what can go on and so on and so forth. So it was very interesting to hear these statistics and hear people speak. So thank you, Renee, for coming through. Thank you, everybody at Coney Island Hospital, for having me.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's glad that you guys came and shared your stories. Now, the other day, remember I told you guys that I had to chase a bus driver.
Oh, gosh.
The bus driver thought my son was standing on the bus.
He called him mental, right?
Yeah, he called him mental. He called him stupid. He called him unsmart.
He called him stupid? Mm-hmm. And he used the word unsmart?
Yeah, unsmart.
What word is that?
I couldn't figure that
Hold
word
on,
out
let me
either.
Google that. Is that a real word?
I thought my son was lying when he was like, yeah, he called me unsmart. I was like, there's no way any grown-up called you unsmart. But he did say unsmart. So I did chase the bus.
I think it's unintelligent, but...
You know, he called him unsmart. But I did have to chase the bus, and I had to have I tried to have a conversation with the bus driver. And I think God was with me for 2 days, because for 2 days I couldn't catch him. I couldn't catch him, and I had to go to the school, and the school handled it. Because at first they were going to try to put it on my son's folder. You know, you have like a folder as a child of all the bad things that you do. And since the bus driver made a report, they were going to put that in my son's folder. But, you know, we were able to have a nice conversation with the principal, and he was able to make sure that was not going to be on my son's file. So, good job, guys. Good job. What up, Charlamagne?
Yo.
What's popping out there?
Well, I didn't have an eventful day like y'all yesterday.
No, I was good.
That sounds very eventful.
I was very calm.
Was having positive conversations about domestic violence. Mm-hmm. You was trying to commit an act of violence on a bus driver.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I didn't have those kind of eventful days yesterday. I don't remember what I did yesterday, to be honest with you.
Sometimes uneventful is the best thing.
Absolutely.
I just know I walked in kind of late this morning because I was having a conversation with one of our colleagues that also does morning radio in this building. Salute to Jim Kerr. Mm-hmm. And it's like, Jim, you do know we got morning shows to do, right?
He's always out smoking at this time. He smokes a cigarette. I don't know how long he smokes a cigarette. He's in front of
he was there
building
when I got here.
all the
And
time
that was
smoking
about,
cigarettes.
I got here about 40 minutes ago.
I don't know how long his cigarettes are, boy, because he be smoking a cigarette for a long time. Bye.
If you don't know Jim Kerr, Google him.
All right.
Okay? He's had a job longer than you have. I guarantee you that much.
Now we got front page news next. What are we talking about?
Well, let's talk about that school resource officer who threw a student across the room in South Carolina.
That coward.
In the classroom. We'll tell you what happened because we do have an update. And you know what? I watched that video a few more times because I only had seen it like twice. And
it gets worse and worse every time.
Every time I look at it, it makes me angry. That was ridiculous.
There was no scenario where that video was okay.
And to hear people
one.
try to justify it, but we're going to get into that in the rumor report too about these petitions going around based on what people had to say about that video.
All right. Well, front page news is next. And of course, NBA is back. We'll talk about it. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Hey, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. World Series last night. Well, the Mets didn't look too good.
Is that why Empire didn't come on?
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly why Empire.
Yep, the Royals beat the Mets 7-1 to take a 2-0 lead. The next game is this Friday back in New York.
I was all ready to watch Empire, and my friend texted me, and we have a group chat, and she's like, "So they really just going to take off Empire for the World Series?"
Yeah, I think Empire's got a 2-week hiatus. I can totally see why she would say that. I don't care what nobody says. I keep telling y'all, baseball is the most boring sport in the world. World Series or not, it was a much better sport, and everybody was on steroids.
Not a pitcher went the full distance last night. That hasn't happened in a long time, and now the Mets are are down 2-0, and the last time that this has happened, they actually won the World Series, which was in 1986. So looks like it's going to be pretty good.
It's not too late for the Mets to start taking steroids.
No, stop it. Now, tonight, in Thursday Night Football, the Dolphins play the Patriots tonight. Now, the Knicks beat the Bucks. My Knicks team is undefeated. Good shout out to my Knicks. Don't laugh. Heat beat the Bobcats, Thunder beat the Spurs. The Wolves beat the Lakers. But Kobe, the first 3 quarters, Kobe looked good.
Wow,
Fourth quarter, not too much.
But who thought Kobe was going to look bad?
No, he was looking like a young boy on that court the first 3 quarters. He was doing double crossovers. Yes, he was. Double crossovers, screen and threes. He was looking good.
Listen, as long as Kobe got a jump shot, he's going to be all right. Kobe can still average 18 in this league.
Celtics beat the Sixers. Raptors beat the Pacers. Bulls beat the Nets. Pistons beat the Jazz. Nuggets beat the Rockets. Mavs beat the Suns. Blazers beat the Pelicans. And the Clippers beat the Kings. Also, last night was the Republican debate. What was going on with that, E?
Oh, it got crazy. You know, this whole Republican debate and everything just seems like I don't even know how to explain
it's
it.
It's a stand-up comedy special. It wasn't that
we
funny
have some
last
audio.
night,
We have some audio for you. Check it out.
I know who the pessimist is. It's Hillary Clinton. And you put me on that stage against her next September, she won't get within 10 miles of the White House. Take it to the bank.
You find a Democrat that's for cutting taxes, cutting spending $10, I'll give him a warm kiss.
Is this a comic book version of a presidential campaign?
It's not a comic book, and it's not a very nicely asked question the way you say that.
The leading Republican candidate, when you look at the average of national polls right now, is Donald Trump. When you look at him, do you see someone with the moral authority to unite the country?
You know, as few questions I've got, the last one I need is to give him some more time. I love Donald Trump. He is a good man. I'm wearing a Trump tie tonight. Get over that one.
Wow. Well, anyway, they're saying that the most commented on moment was with Texas Senator Ted Cruz. He said the questions that have been asked so far in this debate illustrate why the American people don't trust the media.
Yeah, they
this
definitely
is not a
attack the
cage
press.
match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just think the GOP stand-up comedy specials aren't as funny as they used to be. Last night, they were all taking themselves too serious. I like when they're just being ridiculous because it makes for better tweets.
Right.
Now let's talk about this deputy that was fired.
Well, Senior Deputy Ben Fields in Columbia, South Carolina, he was fired from his job because they said he did use improper techniques.
You think?
To restrain the student. Now, they did an internal investigation. The investigation was only to determine whether or not Fields followed proper protocol. They determined he did not in dealing with the student. They have to launch a civil rights investigation into the incident to determine whether or not there was any criminal activity. Now, what they are saying is what happened was the girl was told multiple times to put her phone away. She had her phone out. She wasn't working on her project. Let me tell you what happened to lead to these events. The sheriff said the girl was told by her teacher to put it away. She refused. Then an administrator came. Then the girl still refused. And that's when Fields was called to remove the girl from the classroom. They said she wasn't allowing the teacher to teach, not allowing the students to learn. Their education was put on hold while the student was dealt with. But that is no reason to justify what that deputy sheriff did. That is no explanation for that. That should not have been handled in that way.
You know what makes the story even worse? You know how you're telling your mama joke, and then you find out that the person you just told it to, mama died?
Right.
This little girl was an orphan. She was in foster care.
So she had some problems.
That's what makes this story even worse. You did that to an orphan, sir.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He should have
never
did that to her.
And especially for me, yesterday after doing a whole domestic violence town hall meeting, they talk about, you don't know what goes on in somebody's household with kids to make them act out the way that they do. But she wasn't being physically anything. There was no reason. There's no reason for her to have been, even for him to touch her.
Not unless that person has a weapon. There's no reason to Jazzy Jeff or throw out the desk like that. There's no reason for that.
He definitely F5'd it 3 times and then dropped the desk on top of him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But drop one of Clues bombs because he's out of there, buddy.
Absolutely.
Now let's get some criminal charges popping.
All right.
Ben Fields is a coward.
Well, that's front page news. Now, tell them why you're mad. 800-585-1051. If you're upset and you need to vent, you need to get something off your chest before you hit work, 800-585-1051. Call us right now. Maybe somebody pissed you off. Maybe you're having a bad morning or you had a bad night. Well, get that off your chest right now.
Yeah, tell them why you're mad is actually beneficial because there's certain things, certain energy you got to get out of you before you can start your day properly.
Right. So you get it out the way and move on, let it go, put it out in the atmosphere, it's gone, it's done, and start your day.
Yeah, either going to do yoga, tell them why you're mad, or masturbate. One of the 3.
Or
you can do all 3.
Yeah. You can masturbate while you do yoga.
If you got that kind of time in the morning.
And
if you do, you probably don't got a job.
All right, well, 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. It's the Breakfast Club.
Hey, yo, good morning. This is the mad rap. I'm going to tell you why, man. I'm mad because I hung out in the club last night, and it was so many good girls in there. Yo, for real, we don't need none of y'all good girls in the club. We need loose girls, we need drunk girls, we need sloppy girls. We need girls that's just gonna go all the way. We don't need none of y'all nice girls in there. Go home. Go away. Talk about it. And tell me why you mad. Breakfast Club, for real.
Man, it's G from the Brick City.
G, oh boy. Tell him why you mad, bro.
Man, I'm mad at all the black people in this country with money, like the athletes, the actors, and the rappers. Because it was a time in this country when black people, we was about all the things. Like when we had the Black Wall Street, we had the Negro League. We was about building up our communities and helping our people. But now these people are so selfish, all they do is invest in themselves. And that's why you could be black in this country, go to college, get your education, and still end up working at McDonald's. Because I can't be mad at the white man for not wanting to hire us. Like, look at DJ Envy. He got money, but he just owned a sneaker store.
Envy doesn't own a sneaker store anymore.
Well, I used to own a sneaker store, and I had African Americans working at the sneaker store.
He definitely did.
I owned a car wash, and I had an African American actually managing the car wash.
The rest were Mexicans.
Yeah, the rest were Mexicans, but I definitely had an African American managing the car wash. I got a real estate business where I buy a bunch of real estate, and the person that heads that is actually African American. So I do hire African Americans, sir.
I understand that, but I'm sure you just pay them minimum wage. I'm sure you don't pay them enough to really take care of their families and live good.
First of all, the white man don't pay you minimum wage. That's the problem with black people. When they work for other black people, they think black people are supposed to pay them more than minimum wage. I'm going to do what the government says I'm supposed to do. Okay?
How you know what I'm paying them? I actually paid them pretty well, sir. But you have a nice day.
You too.
That is part of the problem, though.
What's that?
That when black people work for other black people, they expect us to pay them more than they would make anywhere else.
Well, they look at your pockets and they want what you're making and don't understand that they're not you.
Business is business.
It is business.
Okay,
is
if
business.
you can make $7.25 over here, that don't mean you're supposed to make $14.50 with me just because we black. That don't make any sense.
Absolutely. Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's up? It's Mike.
Mike, what's up? Tell them why you mad, Mike.
All right, listen. It's about the cop situation, dumping the girl out the chair.
Yep.
I'm not condoning his actions, and he did go overboard.
You're about to.
No, I'm not. What would you, if you put yourself in the place as a cop and somebody's telling you they're refusing to do what you tell them to do? What do you think they're going to do? Just walk away and say, okay, you're not going to do it. Then they lose all authority. Then they get no respect from anybody. But I'm not saying he went way over the top.
You know what you do? I'm going to tell you what you do. You go call 3 other resource officers. Make sure 2 of them are female. You let 1 female get on the left side, 1 female get on the right side. Grab her by her arm and say, let's go. She would have got the memo. You don't do what he did.
No, you don't do what he did. But once the women put their hands on her, she's going to struggle and she's going to fight.
Okay, then that's when she deserved to get slammed to the ground.
But sometimes you got to go to that level.
No, you don't.
Not that
no, you
level.
didn't. No,
Not
you
that
didn't.
level.
I
Not
told
with
you
that
you was going to try to justify it, didn't you?
Not the level of what he did.
Listen, she wasn't the aggressor in the situation. She didn't try to swing on anybody. She wasn't doing anything like that. So I don't understand how you can.
I'm not saying, I said he went too far. I'm not saying that example. I'm just saying when they don't. And if the woman put their hands on them, they're going to start struggling and pulling back and starting to fight.
Or maybe not. Or maybe she'll be like, okay, let me get up. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen.
Not at all. Well, you have a great day, bro.
I don't think we that slow. I think we can look with our naked eyes and see when an injustice occurred. That was an injustice.
Tell them why you're mad. 800-585-1051. If you're upset, you need to vent. You need to get something off your chest before you go to work to clear up your day, clear up your mind, clear up your soul. Call us right now. It's the Breakfast Club.
Good morning, yo, for real. I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad. For real, man. Hey, yo, my girl keep coming home smelling like Polo Cologne. So, like, that ain't for girls. Like, I know something's going on, for real. Like, I'm heated about that. And now I need y'all to tell me why y'all mad. Why you mad? On the Breakfast Club, for real.
Yo, what's good? It's Travis from North Carolina, man. What's going on?
What's up, bro? Tell them why you mad, man.
Man, I'm into line and Bojangles, and she's slow as and I'm already late for work.
Man, I'm so jealous of you right now.
Can you bring us something since you're late already anyway?
Yeah, send me a steak biscuit with egg and a bowberry.
You said you can't.
Biscuits. I can, but I tell you what, I'll pay for your food on Friday when it's Biscuit Friday, Chick-fil-A Day.
Biscuit Friday.
Is there a Bojangles around here?
Not close, I don't think.
I told y'all before, Bojangles chicken biscuits killing Chick-fil-A chicken biscuits.
Hey, this is Cindy.
Cindy, tell them why you mad.
Okay, I'm mad because I feel like nobody should actually take Donald Trump seriously.
And they do.
I really do feel like all minorities are doomed. I don't know what we're doomed to, but I feel like we're doomed to something really serious.
We're not going to be doomed. God got us. And I have faith that the American people know better than to vote Donald Trump. But that is why it's very important for us to go out and vote in next year's election. I don't know who we voting for, but we just know that we don't need to vote for Trump, and we need to figure out who we want to vote for and go out in droves next year.
Exactly.
All right, mama. Hello, who's this?
What's up, Envy? This is Tim. How you doing, man?
Tim, tell him why you mad.
I'm not mad. I'm calling to comment about the situation in South Carolina.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was listening to the report. You guys left out a lot of key things from that video. If the cop is called to remove this girl, she's not leaving, right? At this point, you're not trespassing. You're on school property. They're asking you to leave. You're not. He puts her hand on it to remove her. She locks herself into the desk, grabs his wrist, and starts punching him.
Oh, shut up.
What? I didn't. Well, hold on. I did not see her start punching him.
Let me ask you one simple question. You got daughters?
No, I have daughters. No, I have 5 sisters, though.
Okay, so if that was one of your sisters, would you be cool with what happened?
I would be mad at my sister for acting that way.
Oh, okay.
So you would say that cop was justified, but your sister you would be mad at.
I'm not saying that he's justified, but they are both wrong. When they ask you to leave and you don't, you're a trespasser. That's why they have to call the cops in.
They are both wrong.
No, you do know that was a school resource officer, right? It wasn't like some cop who wasn't there.
And he should have put his hands on her to escort her, but flipping over her desk and throwing her was excessive. He should have escorted her out.
You understand that when she locks her legs in and doesn't want to get up and throws herself backwards, what's going to happen?
Yeah, sure. She's so strong that she can make her desk go backwards and then forward halfway across the classroom. She did that herself.
You're kidding, right? The desk is like 10 pounds, Charlamagne. You're kidding, right?
Yeah.
Well, have a great day,
She said no. She disrespected authority.
You're right. The cops shouldn't know better. You're absolutely right.
Tell them why you're mad. 800-585-1051. If you're upset, you need to vent, you can call us at any time. Now, we got rumors coming up.
Well, since we are talking about this South Carolina police officer and all of the controversy, as you can see, people have mixed views on what happened and what the punishment should be. We'll tell you some other controversy that went on with some high-profile people who, by the way, some people are starting a petition to get them removed from what they have going on.
All right. All that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Now, let's get into the rumors. We're talking Raven Simone.
Listen up. This just in. All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, right now, 2 media personalities are in trouble for some comments that they made. They've caused some controversy. Now, first of all, of course, Raven Simone on The View had these comments about the video of the South Carolina police officer pulling the young girl, the high school student, from her desk. Here's what she had to say.
The girl was told multiple times to get off of her phone. To get off the phone. There's no right or reason for him to be doing this type of harm. That's ridiculous. But at the same time, you got to follow the rules in school. First of all, why are there cell phones in school? This shouldn't even be a problem to begin with, and he should have been acting like that on top of it. He was actually sued for false arrest, excessive force, and battery in 2007. But at the same time, get off your phone. You are in school. Get off your phone.
Listen, you have to stop letting other people's opinions bother you. Just give them the credit they deserve for being stupid and keep it moving.
Right.
You understand what Raven Simone is doing. Olivia don't believe nothing she be saying. She just wants to hear the applause of the crowd at The View.
Well, in the meantime, Don Lemon on CNN had some comments. Now, he was actually going toe-to-toe with Sonny Hostin, who's a former federal prosecutor, over these issues stemming from Deputy Ben Fields. And here's what happened with the two of them. And now there's a petition, by the way, to get Don Lemon removed from CNN.
To know more before passing judgment.
Are you guys kidding me?
No, we're not kidding. We don't know what happened. You weren't sitting in the room, Sonny. You don't know if she wasn't standing up.
I don't need to know more. Let me tell you this.
You do need to know more. As a prosecutor, you should want to know more. Yes, you should.
The law provides, Don, that the standard here is whether the officer has to use this type of force, whether it's reasonable and necessary.
But how do you know without all the information as a trained professional? How do you know without all the information, Sonny?
Don, I don't need to know. We see what happens.
Yes, you do need to know.
He's a jerk.
I told you already, Don Lemon is a transracial troll. Don Lemon is a hype beast. He gets off on that. As long as his name is trending, as long as people are talking about him, he gets off on that. He don't believe nothing he's saying.
How does he look at himself in the mirror, though? I mean, come on, man.
Well, according to the petition, they're saying Mr. Don Lemon has consistently antagonized and defamed the characteristics of the African-American race on the national scale in mass communications. But I'm sure CNN loves the controversy that he creates, so
CNN loves the attention that their bitch brings.
I'm sure that they do. And to make matters worse, we told you already that Deputy Ben Fields has been fired, but it turns out while the young girl's identity has not been released, she is in foster care, and they're saying that she is emotionally traumatized and devastated by everything that has happened.
Absolutely. You get thrown like that, and it's all over everywhere, every news outlet, social media, you would be traumatized too.
How do you feel, Ben Fields? You F5'd an orphan. How do you feel?
Maybe he needs to get more
You
information.
F5 Annie, bro.
And that is your rumor report. I'm Angela Yee.
Imagine somebody throwing Annie across the classroom like that, bro.
That would be wrong.
That's exactly what you did, Ben. I'm telling you, that was like when you threw in your mama joke and you're like, your mama, and the person turned to you and said, your mama dead. You didn't think, what you did was terrible.
Right.
But it's even more terrible when you realize you did it to an orphan.
Yeah, you did it to Annie. Goodness
You F5
gracious.
somebody in foster care, bro.
All right. Well, thank you for those rumors, G. When we come back, we got front page news. We'll tell you about the Republican debate. And my Knicks, boy, they're undefeated. I'll tell you all about it. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Me, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, the World Series last night, the Royals beat the Mets 7-1. They take a 2-0 lead. They come back to New York this Friday. Shout to the Mets. Good luck to the Mets. All right, now, in Thursday night football, the Dolphins take on the Patriots. All right, now in NBA, my Knicks are undefeated. They have one of the best records in the NBA. The Knicks beat the Bucks last night. The Heat beat the Bobcats. Thunder beat the Spurs. Wolves beat the Lakers. Celtics beat the Sixers. Raptors beat the Pacers. Bulls beat the Nets. Pistons beat the Jazz. Nuggets beat the Rockets. The Mavs beat the Suns. Blazers beat the Pelicans. And the Clippers beat the Kings. And shout out to Kobe. Kobe looked pretty good last night. First 3 quarters. He looked pretty good. Now, let's talk about the Republican debate last night. What happened, Yee?
Right, so this is the third Republican debate that went down last night. And as usual, it was a bit of a circus. Check it out.
I know who the pessimist is. It's Hillary Clinton. And you put me on that stage against her next September, she won't get within 10 miles of the White House. Take it to the bank.
You find a Democrat that's for cutting taxes, cutting spending $10, I'll give him a warm kiss.
Is this a comic book version of a presidential campaign?
It's not a comic book. And it's not a very nicely asked question, the way you say that.
The leading Republican candidate, when you look at the average of national polls right now, is Donald Trump. When you look at him, do you see someone with the moral authority to unite the country?
You know, as few questions I've got, the last one I need is to give him some more time. I love Donald Trump. He is a good man. I'm wearing a Trump tie tonight. Get over that one.
Now, I will say the GOP stand-up comedy specials are usually way funnier than they were last night.
Oh, gosh.
They weren't that entertaining last night.
They attacked the press a lot and blamed a lot of the things that's going on about with the press, though.
And I'll tell you this, too. If they were a rap crew, one thing I will say about the Republicans, when they ride on their enemies, they ride together, boy. All of them may not like each other, but they go after Hillary like it ain't no tomorrow.
As they should.
They ride on Hillary and Barack and whatever the other regime is.
Now, let's talk about the deputy that was fired, Yee.
Right, Deputy Ben Fields was fired. That's for throwing a student across the room of a South Carolina classroom. Now, according to the internal investigation, they said he did not follow proper protocol in dealing with the student. They had investigations that were led by the FBI, the U.S. Attorney's Office, and the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division. Right now, they still have to launch a civil rights investigation to determine whether or not there was any criminal activity that happened. So
Ben Fields is a coward. He's out of here, buddy. Drop one of the clues bombs that he got fired, please.
And for everyone talking about the student, yeah, she did disrupt the school. She did disrupt the class. She is still going to be dealt with for that.
That was
separately,
no reason for her to get F5'd.
But that is not following protocol, what the deputy did to her. And, you know, we were talking about this earlier. She is a child who is in foster care for whatever reason. I've read things saying that she lost her mom recently. I don't know how true that is, but they did say she was very quiet normally in the classroom. You don't know what's going on at home.
Ben Fields, you F5'd an orphan, bro. You pile drived Annie. You know how disrespectful that is?
That's crazy.
That's exactly what you did. You put Annie in a cripple across face and threw her halfway across the classroom. And I still want people to address the fact that as a parent, if I was to do to my child what that cop did to that little girl, I'd get arrested.
Absolutely.
They tell us that we can't discipline our children.
Diapers should be at your door right now.
So how can you do somebody else's child like that?
Absolutely right. All right. Now, also, lastly, let's talk about the baby boy that wanted to be a princess for Halloween.
Oh, all right. So this dad is saying his son wants to be Elsa from Frozen.
That's how it starts.
Now, Paul Henson put on Facebook a picture of his son dressed up like Elsa. I said, anyone that knows us knows we generally let Caden make his own choices to an extent. Well, he's decided on Halloween he wants to be Elsa. He also wants me to be Anna. Game on. Keep your masculine BS and slutty kids costumes. Halloween is about children pretending to be their favorite characters. Just so happens this week, his is a princess.
All right, well, let's open up the phone lines. All right, 800-585-1051. That's front page news, by the way. Would you let your son wear a girl's costume? 800 don't look at me like that, Charlamagne. 800
I'm just looking
585-1051. Would you let your son wear a girl's costume? Be a princess, be a fairy, be a Caitlyn Jenner.
I do have a hot bet with somebody
Sleeping
here
Beauty,
at iHeart.
maybe?
Somebody here.
Aladdin.
Somebody here at iHeart challenged me and said I wouldn't come to work dressed like Caitlyn Jenner, and if I do, they'll donate a nice hefty sum to a charity
of your choice.
Of my choice.
I got the costume. You need a costume?
You got the Caitlyn costume?
Of course he does.
I'll bring it tomorrow for you.
Why? First of all, why do you just have the Caitlyn costume just randomly at my disposal like that? At my disposal like that.
Don't worry about why I got it.
Why the Caitlyn costume just hanging up in your closet?
Do you need it? Yes or no?
Anything else in your closet you'd like to let us see?
I'm all out of my closet. All right.
Okay. All right.
800-585-1051. Would you let your son wear a girl's costume? That is the question. Call us now. It's the Breakfast Club. God, we are the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Now, Halloween is this Saturday.
Yes, it is.
And in the news today, there was a dad that basically said he wouldn't mind if his son wore a girl's costume. Now, his son looks like the age of, I would say, 2 or 3 years old. And his son wanted to be a little princess. And he thinks it's okay. So we're just opening up the phone lines, 800-585-1051. How would you feel if your son wanted to wear a girl's costume? Now, Charlamagne, you have 2 girls.
Yes, I do.
You want a son.
Of course, I'm going to get one because I don't use condoms.
Okay. Now, how would you feel if your son, at the age of 2, came home from nursery or Montessori and said, "Hey, Dad, I want to be a princess"?
Nope. I'm going to sit him down. I'm going to have a nice conversation with him about gender roles and why I don't think he should be a princess. And then I'm going to encourage him to be the young prince and king that he is. And then I'm going to put on Coming to America. And he's going to either be Prince Hakeem or King Jaffe Joe.
That's a little R-rated for a 2-year-old, don't you think?
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Now,
I put it on mute. I just want him to see it.
Now, I agree with you to an extent. If it's a kid at that age, 2 or 3, I would explain to him gender roles, and I would explain to him, no, a girl is a princess and a guy is a prince.
A guy's a prince, yes.
At the age of 10, 11, my son is Logan. I have 2 kids. I have 2 sons. Logan is 11, and I have Jackson, who's 1. I wouldn't mind if Logan came and said, "Dad, I want to be a princess," because I know he's a prankster. I know he's a joker. I know he's the type that would want to be a cheerleader. And he wouldn't care. It doesn't bother him. He just wants to laugh. He's a prankster. He's just a funny type
11,
of guy.
Though.
Right.
2 is different. 2 years old.
I agree with you. 2 years old, no.
Your son want to be a princess at 2 years old. You either put on Coming to America or The Lion King. Put on The Lion King, encourage him to be Simba or Mufasa.
All right. Well, let's go to the phone
lines. You can
lines.
even be a hyena for all I care. You just ain't being no damn princess.
800-585-1051. Hello, who's this?
How you doing? I want to tell you what, though. My little boy, he's 4 years old, and he wants to wear a Minnie Mouse costume.
Okay, would you let him wear it?
Why not? It's just imagination. I mean, that's what he wants. And Eddie, please come out the closet. You got so much stuff in there. You need to come out.
I don't know why you just don't come out.
You need to come out. Charlamagne, we know who you are. So
Charlamagne Ben came out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
according
Charlamagne,
to you guys,
I would
I've
like
been
to
gay.
invite you. I'm going to invite you to my party this weekend like the boxer did. As long as you don't know what happened, it's going to be okay.
As long as I don't know what happened.
Hello, who's this?
This is John.
John, now, would you let your son be a female character for Halloween?
I mean, look, he by all means like the character all you want. You know what I mean? But if you want to dress up like it, look, that's just starting something that you do not want to get into at that age.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'd be like, come on, little boy. Let your mama dress up as Elsa. You dress up as Olaf, the little snowman. You know what I mean?
I don't see what's wrong with explaining gender roles to kids. Like, I don't see what's wrong with that.
See, I think it depends, though. I also think it depends on the age of the child. Like my son is 10, 11, and I can see him dressing up as a cheerleader as a joke for his team, you know?
I mean, but see, in the same extent, if you let them know, you know, like, hey, yeah, that's okay. Dress up as a female character, you know? Who knows what the hell that's going to do to them when they get older?
That's all I'm saying.
But I don't know if they look at that at that young of an age as I'm dressing up I'm dressing as my favorite character or a female or a male. I don't know that they know.
I just think you should explain gender roles to them early because next thing you know, you'll be like, hey, well, can I go into the girls' bathrooms? Like, no. You got to explain to them why they can't go into the
little
girls'
kids
bathroom.
can end up going in the women's bathroom with their mom all the time.
How young, though?
Hello, who's this?
Country.
Hey, Country, would you let your son wear a girl's costume?
Oh, no. Not at all. I wouldn't play that. My daddy wouldn't play that either.
If your son wants to be a princess and say, Dad, I really want to be a princess, you going to tell him no?
I tell him no. See, I raised in the South, okay? In the South, where I was raised at, our values, no man dressed like a woman. Not at all. Not even a little boy. No, we don't.
And guess what? And that don't make you homophobic, transphobic, or whatever other phobic they want to say just because you feel that way.
Hello, who's this?
Good morning. This is Olivia.
Olivia, good morning. Would you let your son wear a girl's costume?
Depending on his age, but yeah, why not? If it's frozen, he's what, 5'4", 5'6". I don't see the harm in it.
Okay.
See, I'm the opposite way. I think at a younger age, I'm going to tell him but when he's age 10, 11, 12, and they're having jokes with their friends, like the whole football team wants to be cheerleaders, I don't think there's a problem with that. That's joke. That's
So
fun.
what
That's
about
life.
if he wants to be Dora, the Explorer? A lot of kids love Dora.
No, you can be Diego.
You can be Diego.
And first of all, why you want to be them little Mexican sharing anyway? And there's plenty of black superheroes out there.
Shut up.
Be Nino Brown. Be damn.
He's a drug dealer.
Be Bishop from Juice. There's plenty of people, heroes that you could be.
And FYI, come on, you don't think he'd rather be Dora than Diego?
Diego popping out there.
As long as you don't want to be the little monkey. That's the other thing. So let's talk about that. If your little black child want to be the little monkey that hang with Diego and Dora.
What's wrong with being
Boots.
a gorilla?
You want to be Boots? You can't be Boots now.
Why can't he be Boots?
Because you're a monkey. White people used to call us monkeys.
This guy right here.
There's a lot of rules to this thing.
585-1051. If your son wanted to wear a girl's costume, would you let him wear it, club? Now, the question is 800-585-1051. Would you let your son wear a girl's costume? Now, Angela Yee, if you had a son, would you let him have a girl's costume?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's important to explain, well, you know, that's a girl and you're a boy. So, but if they're really adamant, if they're like obsessed with a certain character, I would feel bad not letting them be who they wanted to be.
So you would let your son be whoever he wanted to be?
I mean, it's hard to say. I don't really know. I don't have any kids, so I can't really answer that.
Charlamagne, you have 2 girls, but if you had a son.
I have 2 daughters. I'm going to have a son soon.
Would you
by
let
somebody.
Here you go. Would you let your son be a girl's costume?
No. And you want to know why? Because he's a boy. And I don't want my son dressing like a princess when you a young prince, soon to be king. Okay, let's watch Coming to America. You be Prince Hakeem. I'll be Simi. It's a lot of great kings out there that I can show this man. There's no need for him to be a princess. If you're going to be anybody in the royal kingdom, it's going to be a king or a prince.
Would you let your girl be a pirate? Would you let your daughter be a pirate?
Yeah, because I'm sure it was female pirates.
Why can't that?
Because I'm sure it was female pirates.
All right. Would you let your daughter be a male costume?
A male? What do you mean?
A boy's costume.
Can she be Batman?
Yeah, if she wanted to be Batman. Why not?
Batman's a man.
But she could also be Batgirl.
No, but you said Batman.
She can be Batman if she wants to.
Okay,
why can't your son be a princess?
Because I don't want him to be a damn princess. I want him to be a king.
So
why.
So it's okay for women to be men, but not for men to be
yes, because
boys
I
to be
always
girls.
say the oppressed can be the oppressor, but the oppressor can't be the oppressed.
Don't have a Joe Button game with me right now.
Ain't no Joe Button game. It's the truth.
Thing with me now.
It's the truth.
No,
Men
if
women,
your son could be a girl, your girl could be a
So
boy.
you wouldn't you wouldn't tell your daughter Batman is a man, so you know you should be.
Yeah, I would tell her. I'd be like, well, you know, there's a Batgirl as well. But then knowing my daughter, she'd be like, oh, she'll either be like, oh, okay, yeah, let me be Batgirl, or she'll be like, well, I want to be Batman. I'm like, cool. And then the costumes look the damn same anyway. Other than a little skirt.
I got 2 boys. If my son at an age 3 wanted to be a princess, I wouldn't let him. But at age 11, where he's doing it as a joke, and I know Logan's a prankster, and I know that's something he would come in and do and find funny and hilarious, I wouldn't mind.
The crazy thing is, if your son is dressed like a princess now, you'd be like, damn, you dressed like a princess or Young Thug. And I'm going to tell you what else. I'm going to tell you what else you don't want your son to be.
What?
You don't want your son to be no pumpkin. We got a board up here.
There's nothing wrong with that. That sounds crazy.
No. When you think pumpkins, you think spice lattes and pie. And what Cinderella's carriage turned back into when the clock struck midnight. I don't want my son to be no damn pumpkin.
No, I think that's a cute. I love when little kids are pumpkins.
Not to mention when pumpkins are trash anyway. I like sweet potato
What if your
pie.
sons want to be the characters from Tu Wong Fu?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, what is that? I don't know.
Oh, you never saw Tu Wong Fu?
No,
you guys got to check that out.
I don't know what Tu Wong Fu is. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this King from Toronto, man. Morning.
What's up, bro? Would you let your son wear a girl's costume?
Man, no, I don't think so, man. Because when you do that, and 10 years down the line, and your little son pop out with that question, and talking about he like dude, you know, you going
What? Off him a costume?
So that costume made him like dude?
Over a costume, you know, because you got to look at it because he think it's okay now.
What if he wants to be a witch?
I mean, it's the same. He still got to wear the makeup. He got to wear the lipstick, the black lipstick that the witch wears. So when he go to school, he might want to wear a dress or something next.
Witches are scary.
Why be a witch when you can be a voodoo priest from New Orleans?
Anyway, witches are very scary and a very common Halloween costume.
My goodness. Hello, who's this?
Good morning, Breakfast Club. This is Mike out of Orlando.
Mike, what up, man?
Hey, good morning to all y'all, man. No, I would not let my son dress as no damn princess, man. That's just a no-no. You know, as a parent, you like to take pictures of your kids and stuff like that, and what in the future, if he looks at that, man, he might kill his father for letting him make a stupid decision like that.
Oh, no. I saw some actually funny pictures of Envy as a child that he should be upset with his parents.
My parents put me in some weird outfits as a child. I ain't even gonna lie, man.
They were very feminine.
If my daughter wants to dress as He-Man or something, I might can deal with
But
it.
see,
I don't. Nah.
What?
Man,
I don't understand the difference, though. Why not be
It's a
consistent
huge
across the
difference.
board?
That's not consistency. It's a huge difference because, like I said, the oppressor can't make fun of the oppressed, but the oppressed can make fun of the
I thought you were just talking
oppressor.
about gender, but now
do
it's
you mean?
about being oppressed.
Women are oppressed out here way more than men. What are you talking about? Don't you talk about that all the time?
This is Halloween.
Okay, and
I wouldn't have a problem.
It's the same reason black people can wear white face.
I don't know that
It's
you
the
can
same reason
compare
black
those
people
two.
Can wear white face, but white people can't wear blackface. It's the same exact reason.
Thing with the blackface is because it was something that historically was a very offensive thing for people to do,
No.
and that's why I don't think it's
Absolutely
because.
It's exactly
right.
because.
Okay, blackface is the same as dressing up as a witch.
All right, well, whatever your child wants to be for Halloween, let him enjoy his Halloween. All right? What's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story is equality should not be in all things.
If your son wants to be Nicki Minaj, go for it.
Okay. You gonna put a fake prosthetic ass in your son's pants and let him twerk? No. Knock it off. Stop it. Go ahead and let your son dress up like a princess. That's how it starts.
My goodness.
Next
All right.
thing you be making records. I'm a stoner. I'm a stoner. I'm a stoner.
That's Young Thug.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness.
You want your son to grow up to be Young Thug?
No.
Okay.
But that's not just because he dresses
Not because
like
of how he
that.
dresses.
We got rumors coming up, Yee.
Yes, we are going to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Somebody who said they would never come back to that show has returned. Also, Derek Rose. Well, don't forget about this rape lawsuit that he has, but we'll tell you what the woman is suing him for. It's a crazy amount of money. And let's talk about Jared from Subway. They have the audio of him talking about little boys and girls.
All right, all that and more when we come back. Keep it locked. It's The Breakfast. DJ, MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club.
Happy Halloween. Is it Halloween yet? Can you say that?
Yeah, you can say
Not
it now.
Saturday is.
Nah, this week people are celebrating
You
all
say
week.
it all
People
You
are
can say
already
it all
getting
week.
dressed up and stuff.
Absolutely. They've been having Halloween parties. You can say it.
Okay.
But let's get to the rumors. We're talking Jared.
Listen up. It's just in. All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast
You
Club.
should have said Jared from Subway, because I don't know if anybody knew if you just scream out Jared.
Well, you would explain it.
I wonder how this is affecting sales for Subway, but they're going to play this audio on the Dr. Phil show that's going to air today and tomorrow. And the woman, Rochelle Herman Walnard, she's a former Florida journalist. She befriended him when it was a fake friendship. She heard him say some weird things about kids, and she was like, So after that, she started taping their conversations. He said that middle school girls were hot, and that raised a red flag to her. So she was a fake friend to him just to be able to expose him. And they actually have audio recordings that will be aired today and tomorrow on Dr. Phil. Now check out a little snippet of what's going to happen.
I like all ages. That's the thing. I mean, I like all of them, you know?
Well, what makes it different? I mean, from one age to another, why does...
Well, it just depends who's ready for what, and, you know, who's going to give you the glance, you know what I mean?
Round of applause to Dr. Phil. That is a great Halloween episode.
That's scary.
No better way to terrify the people than with a nice pedophile.
She asked him if he prefers young girls or young boys. He said both of them. And then he even asked her about her own kids. He said, are there any of your kids' friends you think are hot? What if we put a camera in your kids' room? Would they be okay with that?
Okay, Jerry, you're taking this eat fresh thing way too far.
He is sick. Well, he paid out $1.2 million. Was it him?
He paid $1 million to 10 of his 14 victims after he pleaded guilty to child pornography.
Was that him or Subway that paid that?
He paid it.
He had that much money?
Yeah, he had to pay that.
Has he been sentenced yet?
He's facing between 5 and 12.5 years behind bars. He has not yet been sentenced, but he pleaded guilty to child pornography and sex crime charges.
And they said he's absolutely going, too.
Yeah, they said
he's definitely going to jail. We just don't know what. It's going to be between 5 and 12.5 years.
He should have called his homeboy R. Kelly and got his defense team, got his legal team.
I'm surprised he had that much money, though.
All right, now.
Yeah.
Jared made a lot of money from them Subway endorsements, bro.
And then he had like all kind of charity things that he started. And
probably made $1 for every kid he violated.
Derek Rose. Now, the woman who is accusing him of rape is looking for $21.5 million in damages. The woman is referred to as Jane Doe. She wants $15.5 million in punitive damages plus $6 million in damages. Now, the attorney also is asking for $3,400 in attorney's fees as well. So, according to Derek Rose, after the game last night, he said this lawsuit isn't a distraction to him. He's letting his attorneys handle it. And there you have it. All right, now let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Nene Leakes is back. She had said that she was never going to go back to that show, never returning, but they said the show was kind of boring, so they had to bring her back. Producers called her They said the storylines just didn't have any excitement so far, and they needed her help. She agreed to do it because the price was right, and it didn't affect her shooting schedule on her new game show. So her episodes are going to air toward the end of the season. That's how you know you're necessary. They need you.
Did she get a raise?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm sure she got
whatever
a hell of a
money she
raise.
asked for.
Absolutely.
She didn't need to do it. So
I'm still hard pressed to believe that anybody is necessary, though. I feel like, you're never bigger than the situation you're in, and you can always be replaced.
Well, people are tied into certain people, and she's one of those people that Housewives.
She brought in the ratings.
Atlanta.
I think they're just being lazy. You can find another.
I don't know about that, because look at like Joan Rivers when she passed away. It was really difficult to try to.
That's a one of a kind talent, but even she has been fired from situations.
No, I'm not saying that you never get fired, but it is certain times when you got to put yourself in a situation where you are that important.
Or you got to totally rebuild, and if that takes 5 to 10 years to do it, you just bring it back.
If you're not there, it's just difficult to make it happen without you.
There's another Nene Leakes in Atlanta somewhere. You can find somebody.
They got to find her, yeah. They just need the time.
All right, and last but not least, Black China. If you want her to follow you on Instagram, this is all you need to do.
So if it literally takes me a year or two to follow everybody back on Instagram, that Sharpie, Black China Sharpie, I'll do it. And if I miss it, post it again so I can see it.
What?
So all you got to do is write Black China on your hand with a Sharpie, and she's going to follow you. So I guess that's her version of a tattoo. She probably got so much flack from that Future tattoo. If you look on Revolt TV, you can see people are already doing it, writing Black China on their hand.
Y'all ain't got no damn life.
Sharpie to get followed back. Our board up, Easy is actually doing that right now.
Really?
He wants Black China to follow him really badly, so he's writing Black China on his hand.
Well, but I don't think his girlfriend will be too pleased about that.
Not at all.
He just wants that follow.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the reason Instagram is just for pictures, man. Some of these girls just need to be seen and not heard. God bless Black China, but I think you're one of those girls.
Well, that is your rumor report. I'm Angela Yee.
All right, Miss Yee. Charlamagne, donkey today. Who you giving that donkey to?
We've had so many donkeys this week, but I wanted to give this guy a donkey of the day since earlier this week. His name is Sheriff David Clark. Okay, I need him to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with him, please.
All right, we'll do that when we come back here.
I was born a donkey. It's the donkey of the day. Bunch of jackasses. For the donkey of the day. That's pretty funny.
Charlamagne the devil?
Possible. The Breakfast Club.
Donkey of the day for Thursday, October 29th, goes to Milwaukee County Sheriff David A. Clark, Jr. Now, Sheriff Clark has become a regular on Fox News, and he is pro-police, as he should be, because he's a cop. And just for the record, just because you are against police injustice doesn't mean you're anti-cop, okay? You're just anti-police brutality. It's a difference. Now, Sheriff Clark was on Fox and Friends recently, and he had some things to say about police racism and police brutality. Let's hear it.
Black Lives Matter, does it play an important role?
No, it's garbage. It's a subversive movement. Like I said, they advocate the overthrow of our legally constituted government. It is not a protest movement.
Rod?
I think, yes, it does matter. I think all lives matter, and I think what they're arguing about and protesting about is valid. It's just the way that they're going about doing it, I think, is totally misdirected.
It isn't valid. Knock it off. You're contributing to the problem here. It is not valid. There is no research.
But some of
show
those
me
people,
the data. Show me the research that demonstrates or supports that lie that law enforcement officers use an inordinate amount of force against black people.
Yeah, but Sheriff,
black
you have
people
to
use an
admit,
inordinate amount of force against themselves and each other in the American ghetto. It is not true about the American police officer, and I'm not going to let anybody come on
Sheriff,
TV
but you have to be fair,
that.
Sheriff, about all of this. Some of those people did have some valid arguments, and I'm not saying at all, and I would never suggest police officers just go out and do things wrong to people, but there are some valid arguments that we both, on both sides, need to really take.
There are no valid arguments. There is no police brutality in the United States.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Who is this?
There's more to that. It's actually more to that clip, too. He's not only did he say there's a...
Oh, my God. I'm going to fall off my chair.
Not only did he say there's no police brutality in the United States, he said it's been done since the 60s.
Wow.
Now, I'm not going to insult Sheriff Clark. I mean, the countless police videos we've seen with police officers beating up civilians. I mean, Rodney King was in the 90s. Most recently, we saw Sandra Bland get dragged from her car and slammed to the ground for a minor traffic violation. Never mind that former deputy Ben Fields in South Carolina. He just got fired for using excessive force against the young 16-year-old girl in Spring Valley High School. God bless the dead 17-year-old Zachary Hammond, who was gunned down by police when he was driving away from them during a drug bust. Never forget Sean King, Amadou Diallo. I mean, I could go on and on with people who have been victims of police brutality and excessive force, but Sheriff David Clark says police brutality ended in the 60s. Now, I want to go to this magical place Sheriff Clark is speaking about, this place where racism and police brutality hasn't existed since the 60s. Okay, that place sounds amazing, and I wish it existed, but sadly it doesn't. Not to mention, Sheriff David Clark also said on that show that the Black Lives Matter movement is subhuman. The people that participate in the Black Lives Matter movement, he used the words subhuman creeps. All right, that's the problem. That is exactly why the movement is screaming Black Lives Matter, because it's people like Sheriff David Clark who look at black people as subhuman. And if you didn't look at us as subhuman, then we wouldn't have to say, no, we're not subhuman. Our lives matter just as much as everybody else's. Give Sheriff David Clark the biggest hee-haw, please. I'm telling you, one little ball will mess up your whole argument. I respect everybody's opinion until you say things that are not factual, but say that it is absolute factual.
It's scary, because he's the people that are supposed to protect us.
Like he said, I only deal with facts, but then says there's no such thing as police brutality in America. Like,
yeah,
come on, Sheriff.
Crazy.
It's just ridiculous. Like, what do you even say to somebody after that?
Nothing.
You just know you don't belong here, boy.
Well,
you get moving.
Thank you for that donkey today, sir. When we come back, we have Ask Yee. If you need advice, relationship advice, or any type of advice, call Yee right now. She'll help you out. 800-585-1051. Call Yee right.
Hello, who's this? Hey, it's Jennifer.
What's up, Jennifer? What's the problem?
I came home last night and I caught my boyfriend in the bed with my sister.
Drop one of Clue's bombs for your boyfriend.
No, don't do that. Don't
okay, so I assume, what did you do when you caught that? Because I know that's not your boyfriend no more.
Well, no, and I mean, I wanted to kill both of them, but I just walked out, and he jumped up and he didn't have a condom on, and she has herpes.
Whoa!
YOLO!
Well, it seems like karma and herpes is gonna bite him in the butt. But did he get out the house? I know you can never speak to him again, right?
No, but we stay together. We own a home together. We have 2 cars together. We have everything but a child together. So now.
Okay, well, thank God y'all don't have no child together. You don't have. What you got to do now is figure out how we're going to deal with this situation with the home that y'all have together. Is somebody going to buy somebody out? You know, you all just got to figure out how you're going to divvy that up. But you can't never be with nobody that's up with your sister.
Oh, no, he won't definitely get any more pom. He has herpes now.
Oh, my God. So in the meantime, somebody's got to move out. I think it should be him. Does your sister live with you too?
No, she was actually coming over to visit, and she was just getting there before me, and I was going to, pull up and surprise them, and we were going to go out to eat, and,
What a surprise.
My bed. Yeah.
How long has this been going on? Did they tell you?
Jeez.
I think it has been for a while, but I really don't know, but they were so comfortable together, it couldn't have been the first time.
Now, what's your sister going to be like? What are you going to do about your sister?
Well, I'll never talk to her. I wanted to kill her, but, I just walked out because I do impulsive things. So as soon as I saw it, I just walked out because I knew something would have went wrong.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you did that. Shout out to you for being about your business. Y'all got a home. You got cars. Now y'all got to just figure out who's going to get what. If y'all got to sell the house.
You got herpes, too.
And deal with that or whatever. But I would strongly suggest, because you have things that you have to divide up, maybe what you need to do is get a lawyer and make up a contract so y'all have an agreement on who's going to get what when this happens, so you don't even got to deal with him directly.
And you should get tested for herpes, because if you don't think this is the first time that he slept with her, duh.
Sorry, man, you got him, too, because I your
Wow. I'm not going to say you didn't. I was a wild boy back in my day, but I'm sure that was a long time ago.
You need to get tested too, sir.
All righty. Well, that got weird.
Where you from?
She hung up. Envy Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're in the middle of Ask Yee. Hello, who's this?
Good morning. It's Anonymous, please.
Oh, boy. Anonymous, what's your question for Yee?
My question is, Angela, good morning, everybody. I dated a guy, and he was in a fire. He had third-degree burn to 30% of his body. He was dating a girl at the time she left him. Well, I heard he was in a fire because he was an ex-boyfriend. We broke up on good terms. I went to him. When he couldn't walk, I was there. When he couldn't wipe his own butt, I was there. I was there with him to rehabilitate and get better. The stronger he got, the more of a jackass he became. And it's almost like he held it to me what the ex-girlfriend did. Well, needless to say, we ended up breaking up because he began to cheat and lie and all this stuff, and I caught text messages and phone calls, so I left him. Left the relationship, moved to a whole nother state. Now he's calling. I'm in Atlanta. Now he's calling like, you know, I want you back. I realized what I lost. But then it's like flip mode. And it's just like, well, if you don't want to be with me, then you ain't got to be with me. It's too many girls. I'm just like, what are you doing?
Well, you don't want to be with him, do you?
I don't think my heart breaks because of the love for him, but I don't want to go back through what I've been through. But he almost makes me feel guilty as if.
Hold on, now listen, girl, I feel you because he went through a lot, you know, emotionally, physically. I'm sure it was very traumatic for him. You did a lot for him. Okay, and I'm sure during that time y'all got very close, and you're a great person for that, but you cannot feel guilty about anything. You did your best.
Okay.
He didn't treat you well. He's flipping on you now. He's trying to give you a guilt trip. You don't deserve that.
Well, thank you.
Okay, thank God you got up, moved to another state, and didn't have to get more involved. And sometimes I think in life we do a lot of stuff for people. I know I've done stuff for people so much, and then you break up, and you're like, man, I just invested all this time. I spent my money. I did all this, and you just got to chalk it up as a loss. That's just a loss. It is what it is. Get past it and move on and take it as a learning experience.
Okay. Well,
and tell him that you hope he learns a lot from this as well. Listen, maybe you learn how to treat somebody better next time.
That's right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good luck. All right. Ask Ye 800-585-1051. You can always email Ye. breakfastclubam@gmail.com. All right. Now, Ye, we got rumors coming up?
Yes, let's talk about Janice Dickinson versus Bill Cosby. Now, she is talking about these reports where Bill Cosby said that she just wanted money. We'll tell you what she had to say. And we'll tell you what rapper is in the hospital. He underwent emergency surgery. We'll tell you what happened.
All right. All that when we get DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club.
Listen, I just want to say to the young lady who called during Ask Ye, who called about her man banging her sister. Really, for real, go get checked. Okay, that's common sense. If you caught your man banging your sister,
that's the first thing. Hey,
you know
if you caught
your herpes.
No. If you catch your man banging anybody, the first thing you're supposed to do is go get checked.
No, but but even more so in this situation, if you caught your man banging your sister with no condom and you know she got herpes,
you know it.
I'm sure it's not
checked.
the first time.
Absolutely.
And furthermore, why didn't you tell your man your sister got herpes? You're supposed to let him know these things.
But that's just her boyfriend. That's not her husband. That's that's your sister.
But also, if he's not having sex with her, it shouldn't matter to him.
Well, he knows now.
She wouldn't,
Well, you need to go get checked because if you got herpes, you might as well stay with your man. It's the holidays.
Stop it.
It's the holidays. Your whole family got the gift that keeps on giving.
Stop it.
Which is herpes.
Stop
Is
it.
herpes the gift that keeps on giving or the curse that keeps on cursing?
It depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
It's not a gift. The gift is something that you're happy about. You know, you're surprised, you're happy, excited.
You can get a gift that you didn't want. I got plenty of gifts I wasn't happy
I guess
about.
You're true. Yeah, I guess you're true.
And
what is this?
And once you get it, you got to live with it. You got to look at the bright side of things. You know what I'm saying?
It's a gift you can't give away.
If you get herpes,
it's a gift you can't return or exchange.
If you get herpes, and you get genital warts, just learn how to read Braille. So when you do have outbreaks, you can like close your eyes and just rub your hands on it. And maybe it's God trying to tell you something through genital warts. You never know.
Is that what you honestly think?
All right.
I guess that's a positive way of looking at something.
I can always find the bright side.
I see.
You sure can.
Now, shout to Ye. Ye did something positive yesterday. You went and you still spoke to some students about domestic violence.
Well, no, it wasn't. I was at Coney Island Hospital in Brooklyn. And it was about domestic violence and basically trying to end domestic violence. And shout out to Renee Graziano. She was listening to The Breakfast Club, Renee from Mob Wives. She was filming yesterday, and in between scenes, she actually told me she wanted to come by just to share her own stories because she's had her own issues with domestic violence.
She had her jaw broke, right?
She's a survivor. Broke her cheekbone.
Jeez.
Her husband also smashed a computer against the side of her face. And one of the main things that people don't think about is the kids. You know, a lot of times kids who are in a home where there's domestic violence have a lot of issues in school with acting out, also with how they relate to other people, and later on in life, following that cycle.
So you was talking,
or being in their own relationship with somebody that abuses them when they get older.
So you was talking to victims about ending domestic violence?
Well, no, it wasn't just victims in there. It was people that work in the hospital. It was local authorities, basically on dealing with people and educating people on domestic violence and the effects of it.
What about people who've actually hit the women? They should have.
They also talked about dealing with the aggressors as well.
Have you been hit before?
I had a situation that, I'll tell you this, okay? I'm the type of person, I learned early on in life that if anybody ever raises their voice at me, talks to me crazy, or puts their hands on me, it's just time to get out. So I had one situation where that did happen, and I never spoke to him again after that.
But he didn't hit you, though?
No, he did.
Oh, he hit you?
Hard?
He did. Yes.
Like what, a hook?
Like, busted my lip hard.
Damn. What'd you do?
call. I didn't call the police, but my landlord did, and the police came, and he tore the whole apartment apart. So he ended up getting arrested. But no, he didn't end up. They actually took him out. I didn't press charges against him. They took him out, and then he came back to the house. And you're not supposed to do that.
Why'd you press charges?
I just didn't want. I just was like, I just want him out of here. I just figured I'll never speak to him again.
You gotta press charges.
I didn't want him to. I didn't want to. I was young. I was only 22 years old.
What did he hit you for, though?
He was mad.
It doesn't matter why he hit
No, I'll
him.
tell you what happened. I was working at that time. I was working. I had a job, and I got home like around maybe 9 o'clock. I went to dinner with one of my coworkers, a female, and he was mad that I was out late, but he wasn't even home when I got home. He got home after me. So he just started going crazy, and I was like, all right, you know what? I'm not ever dealing with you again. And he just tore the whole apartment apart. He left because the cops came. I didn't press charges, but then he came back to the house because the cops are supposed to monitor the area when something like that happens. And they saw him standing outside ringing the bell. And he was out. I had left him outside. I didn't open the door. So he ended up getting arrested and going to jail because you're not supposed to come back. They told him to leave. And then his brother called me and said, can you bail him out? And I said, no. Are you crazy? And that was it.
Okay.
Changed my phone number and never spoke to him again.
Should have shot him.
Shut up.
All right, well, Rumors up next. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. We're talking Michael Jackson.
Listen up.
It's just in. All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, speaking of money, Michael Jackson has made $1 billion since he died, according to Forbes.
Wonder how he's spending his money.
He passed away in 2009. Now, can you imagine where all this money came from if you had to guess?
Music, I'm sure.
Royalties, publishing.
$115 million in album and merchandise sales in the last year alone. Also, they had the two albums, the Michael and the Escape album that came out after he died. Also, he has the Las Vegas Cirque du Soleil show, Michael Jackson 1.
He owns that? His family owns that?
I mean, they had to, I'm sure, license that from him. And
that does well.
Of course, music sales, ownership of half of the Sony ATV publishing empire. And his music catalog as well.
So who getting all that money? His kids?
His kids, absolutely.
And you know, they were saying that his daughter, she wants to get married. And so they're trying to make sure she gets a prenup. Because she's like 18 and she's trying to get married.
Drop one of clues bombs for whoever marrying Michael's daughter.
What's her name?
Paris Jackson.
Who got Blanket?
I don't know.
Blanket's still out there. Blanket a hot prospect
Blanket's
right now.
running around.
Michael making all that money.
Right, so that's a lot. Now, he's number 1 on the list of top earning dead celebrities. Guess who's number 2?
That doesn't even sound right.
I know, it sounds crazy. Elvis Presley's number 2. He made $55 million. So from $1 billion to $55 million.
Wow.
And then the creator of Peanuts, Charles Schultz, is at number 3 with $40 million. And there's a new Peanuts movie that's coming out November 6th, actually.
Where Tupac at, though?
I don't know if he made the top 13.
Damn, Pac.
It's like Marilyn Monroe, John Lennon, Albert Einstein, Paul Walker, Betty Page, Dr. Seuss, Steve McQueen, James Dean.
Pac put out more music than all
Bob
them
Marley
people.
is on the list, and Elizabeth Taylor. They make the top 5.
Pac got more albums than all them people, and he ain't on that list?
No, he's not in the top 13. All right, now let's talk about a University of Michigan student. She actually posted some flyers around campus because she said the star football player Jabril Peppers gave her chlamydia twice in the last year. Now, she put these flyers on campus, about 5,000 of them. She said, to Jabril Ahmad Peppers, thank you for giving me chlamydia again. As you well know, 75 to 90% of women do not experience symptoms. Also, women are more affected by this as we can get PID that can lead to infertility down the line. So she did a whole long thing about it. And I don't know how she managed to get it twice.
That's what I'm saying. You got to shame the victim just a little bit here now. Once somebody give you chlamydia once, there ain't no need to go back to that penis.
Right. I mean, that should be it. You should be over and done with it.
That's crazy. Come on, man. So if you get
She
chlamydia,
said, the first time I forgave you partially because it was my fault for trusting you. I was a real woman about the situation. After that time, I was completely clean. I never so much as had a serious cold until I met you. The only person I had been with since that time was you. From February all the way up to the beginning of the school year, just when I thought I had finally deleted every trace of you out of my life, you have to mess it up again.
Well, if somebody gives you chlamydia once, you can forgive them, but don't fornicate with them ever again.
Right. And she still had sex with him with no condom.
With no condom? Come on now. She got to take a lot of that blame now. At least 50% of that.
She said, you got checked in August but didn't say anything. And now after I found out you were having relations with a Caucasian young broad while you were still having sex with me raw? Wow.
What Caucasian got to do with it?
You can tell she's hurt.
Jesus Christ.
Now, he responded on Twitter, the slander is crazy. My word is all I have. I will continue to walk with my chest and chin high. People love bringing someone down. And then he put a hashtag chlamydia.
Chest.
No, but hashtag prayed up.
Chest, chin high, penis dripping.
I can't see
My
anything.
Goodness.
All right, Janice Dickinson. She says that Bill Cosby and his team were liars when they said she was trying to make money. She said she never made no money off of doing interviews about Bill Cosby attacking her. Here's what she said.
Bill's apology also, do you think he'll give it?
Apology is not an admission of guilt. He should apologize. He should make an amends to his fans for being disappointing everyone. All the people in the world that have believed in him. Apologize to the fans. Cosby, you're a mass rapist. And then that is what should embarrass your family and so-called friends.
Man, I don't know why Bill is holding out. Just go ahead and make that celebrity rich death list, man. What's that list you was just reading?
The list of people, how much money they make after they die.
There you go, Bill. Just go ahead. That should be your next goal, man, as of right now.
All right, well, that is your rumor report. I'm Angela Yee.
All right, Miss Yee. Up next is the People's Choice Mix. You want to hear something? 800-585-1051 at DJ MV. Get your request in right now. We got... Please.
I'm telling you, one little bar will mess up your whole argument. I respect everybody's opinion until you say things that are not factual, but say that it is absolute factual.
It's scary because he's the people that are supposed to protect us.
Like he said, I only deal with facts, but then says there's no such thing as police brutality in America. Like, come on, Sheriff.
Crazy.
It's just ridiculous. Like, what do you even say to somebody after that?
Nothing.
You just know you don't belong here, boy.
Well,
you get moving.
Thank you for that donkey today, sir. When we come back, we got the positive note. Don't go in. Now, tomorrow is Halloween for us, so we're all dressing up.
Yes.
I'm going to be a black guy.
Man, I don't know what to be. What are you going to be?
I'm going to be a black guy tomorrow.
Oh, so you're not black? What are you any other time? Mm-hmm. You think you really going to run with this Puerto Rican thing, huh?
Evie, you're going to come in blackface for real?
See, stop it. You're not Dominican. See. You're not bachata. What's the thing called?
Bachata.
That's music, sir.
Oh, that's a dance.
Oh,
right.
bachata?
But you ain't none of that. Bachata. You are none of that, okay?
So
you
wait.
are a beige bastard.
What are you going to be over there?
I don't know. I haven't thought of anything yet. I was going to be a ninja.
I'm thinking about being Magic Johnson's son.
If you do that,
I'm not fabulous enough to pull that off.
If you do that, I'll donate some money to.
I'm not fabulous enough to pull off.
Well, I just said ninja because we are right around the corner from Chinatown. I think I could go find something, a kung fu outfit.
Ninja is Japanese.
Well, I could get a kung fu outfit or a ninja outfit or something.
Aren't you supposed to know that? Aren't you half Asian?
Ninja is Japanese, Chinese,
or
and
maybe
karate.
I'd be a sumo wrestler.
This girl here. All right, well, leave us on a positive note.
Listen, if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you.
Breakfast Club. 105.1 is the Breakfast Club. Good morning. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. You guys have a great day. It's supposed to be like 73 today. I'm confused. I don't know what to wear anymore.
Yeah, but it's raining and it's disgusting. It's nasty. It's not raining no more?
Thank goodness. It was raining all day yesterday.
They said the rain will stop and it'll be beautiful today.
Okay.
My son got a football game later on, so go Logie.
Listen, salute to everybody that watched Uncommon Sense last night. It comes on every Wednesday at 11 p.m. on MTV2. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support.
All right, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. It's the Breakfast Club.
Yes, tomorrow's Halloween for us. We coming in here with our costumes on tomorrow.
Oh, man, I got to go find
Everybody
one.
dress up tomorrow. Don't leave me out here by myself.
All right,
okay?
I'm going to dress up.
Are you going to be Caitlyn Jenner?
I think so because salute to somebody here at iHeart. I don't want to say their name because if I don't do it, then, you know.
Right.
But, you know, he said that he will make a nice little donation to a charity if I dress up like Caitlyn. So I might take him up on that offer.
Okay.
I know you have stuff at home you could wear.
No, they got a Caitlyn Jenner costume in the store.
Yeah, they got costumes in the store.
So I get that and add a little dildo to it. We on.
You have your own penis, sir.
But that's indecent. I can't just walk around here with my own penis out. So what I'm going to do is go get me a dildo and add it to the costumes, and then they'll be like, oh, that's part of the costume. Okay? If I walk around iHeart with my penis out, I'm pretty sure I'll be in the HR office, and I don't want that.
Okay.
I might explain that to Bob Pittman.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you're right. All right. Well, good morning, Bob. All right, and we'll see you tomorrow. It's the Breakfast Club on Power 105.1. Home with Angie Martinez. Pro Style is next.